when we look at all the things that you go through in your life, if you just say, listen, y'all are both in your 20s, right? If you took your entire 20s, however many years that's been, for Amanda, it's 3, right? If you take your entire 20s and you said, I had to have a partner from 20 to now, and think about all this shit that you had to deal with, and this person would have had to adapt to throughout all of it, right? You're going to be like, yo, every single love language is going to be compromised at some point.
It is.
And I know both of your lives. I know both of your lives, all right? Amanda, I met you when you were 20. Like, it's only been 2 years.
You didn't.
Like, how old are you, 21?
Okay. All right. Cut the cameras.
But you feel what I'm saying? Or no?
I'm actually going to be 27. I just want to like, not 21.
What year did I meet Amanda?
I was probably 23.
That's cap.
No, I swear to God. I was 23.
I think you met me at 21.
Yeah. I met you at 21. Actually, you might have been 20. About to be 21.
That was a mess.
You met me at 22, actually. I turned 23 that year.
The year keeps going down? The year keeps going. All right. I met Amanda at 21 and her at 20.
That he just lowered the year.
Another year.
But what I'm saying is, all of you, both of you, including myself, right? We've all been through mad shit in our 20s. Some good, some bad, some okay, some not. But if you had to think, like, this is what real life is when you're talking about like a marriage or a long-term relationship. Your last 7 years or your last 7 or 8 years, whatever the case may be, somebody had to go and deal with you through every transition that you did personally and your life did. And I had to like figure out how to balance that. It's going to be hard.
But if we're talking about longevity, right? Like all 5 love languages aren't going to be present all of the time, right? Like I don't really agree that y'all get bored with each other, but maybe after a while, I'm not going to want to sit in on myself making cakes, right? Like if I was my partner, I don't care anymore. Like at the beginning, it was fascinating, but now I know what you do. Like you do you, and I don't care. But if every once in a while, like I give that affirmation, like, oh my God, babe, that cake that you did was so great. Like, oh my God, that was probably the best you've ever done. I'm going to feel like really good about that because yeah, for a while, like me making cakes has just been nothing to him because he just knows that I do that. So you can always, like, at different points of your relationship, different love languages are going to come up. Maybe some more than the other, but it's important to like get all of them in there, and especially the ones that really resonate with your partner.
All right, so I have a question, right? Still on the topic, but we're just gonna segue just a little bit. If you fell in love with somebody because they were able to demonstrate your favorite love languages,
Mm-hmm.
can you ever fall out of love with them if they continue to do it?
If they continue to do it or they continue to not do it?
No, they continue to do it. So let's say yours is quality time, acts of service, and words of affirmation. Those are your 3 main things, and they've been doing that.
How'd you know?
Because I told you I know your life. Like, so let's say they've been doing that, right? And you fell in love with them. You know, obviously you're attracted to them, whatever. Could you ever fall out of love with that person who's consistently doing those things?
Yes.
Yeah. What would make you fall out of love with them?
I can fall out of love with anybody doing my love languages because there's more to a relationship than just upholding love languages. Just because you give me quality time does not mean I'm going to be in love with you forever. You could be a piece of shit person, but just because you're feeding me words of affirmation, I might find it's bullshit half of the time because you're just telling me that because you cheated on me last week. Or, you know, giving me gifts because you cheated on me last week. Like, it doesn't make you the right person for me. So I can fall in love with anybody providing the love languages that I require.
It's the connection and the honesty.
So what if they didn't cheat?
I just use cheating as an example,
No,
but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
if you guys aren't like, there's more to a relationship than just love languages. And it doesn't have to mean that someone was unfaithful. You guys are probably arguing all the time, or you guys are probably just not seeing eye to eye about things, or whatever couples argue about or fall out about. I just feel like no amount of love language can make up for you not being compatible with someone anymore.
Are you saying more like, what if he didn't cheat? Everything's been good the entire time. He's doing your love language and it's still good. Can you fall out of love?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What if you
Elaborate.
just get bored one day?
But if you fall
Wait,
out of
wait.
love, I don't think that it like there has to be
Or
some
you fall out of
reason.
love,
I
yeah.
don't
No,
think
no.
that it's just like day to day, like you just don't love someone anymore.
I want to go. Let's dive on that. So you said, what if you just get bored?
It's scary, but we're human. I think somebody can wake up one day and just not love the other person anymore. Even if they're doing everything right. No, I'm not saying me personally. I'm saying just anyone. Like,
Okay, so you don't personally feel that way.
no.
Because I don't feel that way either. I'm not gonna
No,
wake
but
up.
I'm saying
and-
anyone can wake up one day. Like somebody can
Yeah.
wake up one day and just choose they don't love you anymore. You even if you're doing
I feel
Yeah,
like
there's
there
more
has to be an
yeah.
but there's some underlying reason, right?
This is why. All right. So I agree with
That
you.
is actually pretty fucking scary. I'm not gonna lie.
No, because
Oh.
I'm not.
Sorry, I got dark,
I've been-
guys.
I've been that person. Like I've been that person who had a great relationship, no fucking issues, and I just woke up and I was like, I think this is what makes me think that perfect is boring. And
Did you wake up thinking like, damn, she's not as bad as I thought she was?
No,
like,
because she was bad. Like she was bad. She had a fat ass. She had the Betty Boop body, which was one of my favorites.
It was just too perfect.
It was just like,
Was the
There was-
connection?
you know, they
It
say
was-
like, as a man, if there's nothing to conquer, then what am I doing? And I felt like my relationship was perfect. And I was like, there's no obstacles. There's nothing to do.
I gotta turn up here and there.
So I gotta ruin it. Like I gotta ruin it. And I'm not saying like I ruined the relationship, but like I gotta leave it because there's really nothing to look forward to. And it's like every day. You ever seen like those movies where it's just like walking like robots with their strollers? And it's like, are you really living life or is life living you at that point? And I think that like I felt that way. Everything was perfect. I was just like, I'm bored. I need a challenge.
But did you really like her? Like, did you love her?
I love that girl.
Like,
Right.
did you have like butterflies, pit of your stomach kind of love?
I love that girl, right? We're not gonna dive deep into my love for this woman.
Because, no,
But,
I have
like-
to know because I've had a relationship like that. Like, he was great. Like, I loved the way he looked. I was like, damn, yeah, I want to have his babies. Like, and our relationship was great, but I was like, I didn't have that feeling for him though.
I don't think
So I was like, I think that we would have a great relationship. I was like, we probably would even have a great marriage and he'd be the perfect father to my kids. But I was like, I don't love him though. Like, I don't have that
think
kind of.
that's-
I don't think you're supposed to feel the butterflies for love. I think if
Yeah.
you're
Why?
calm and like healthy, that's like you're. Yeah.
I saw. Did you see that on social media recently?
No, yeah, I did. I actually read about it too.
Yeah, they said
think
that
it's true.
the butterflies is a form of like anxiety, but I like that. That is my sense of knowing that I really like somebody. I need the butterflies. If I don't got the butterflies, then I'm not really that into you.
Maybe I would want to say that she was perfect. I think that in the relationship aspect, it was perfect. There weren't a lot of fights, maybe once every year in terms of arguments. And if we ever did have a disagreement, we had a very healthy way of communicating through it. And we had a great understanding, but of each other, right? And we even had code words. Like, so like when she was feeling a type of way, she would like just send me a text when I'm like, okay, cool. I know now I need to make her more of the priority instead of my career. And I was balancing that. And she was balancing, the same thing, vice versa. But we had the perfect relationship, but that doesn't mean it's an exciting love, right? Like your relationship it might not have any turmoil. It might not have any, obstacles, but it's not fulfilling. It's like, have you ever ate good food, but you're like, it's really good. I know it's good, but I like other things better, right?
Or
Or
like buffalo wings.
yeah, like I know that this is grass fed, but there's something about a McDonald's burger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that, but you get what I mean? Like, And it's like you just need
Something about shit that's not good for you.
that's not good for
That
you.
hits a little better.
That just hits, and I think that
I think we all need
This
therapy.
We're getting somewhere here.
We all need therapy.
Yo, do you really
We like
want a
the
perfect
toxic
relationship?
shit.
Do you really want a perfect relationship? Like,
Yes.
like you wake up, you do Pilates in the morning, you do hot yoga on Sundays, and like, you know, you walk your dog, your neighbors is kind of cool, you wave at them with the same wave every Tuesday at 7 a.m. It becomes the most boringest routine ever. There's no excitement anymore to life. There's nothing to look forward to. And I think that that's the same way with a perfect relationship. You need something to overcome with each other. Like, I think that I would rather be a strong relationship than a healthy relationship.
A strong rather than healthy, or a strong rather than perfect, you mean?
Well, I'm
Like,
I'm
strong could
equating
be
perfect
healthy.
to healthy. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
They're
Like,
both.
Because to say that you don't you think a healthy relationship is
I mean, okay, a strong relationship over a perfect relationship. I just think that we conflate the perfect with being healthy. Like, okay, they're really healthy because they're perfect. But if somebody has a little bit of turmoil, they're toxic. And it's only a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
not really, because
Just a dab.
even when you said that you and your girl, like, you guys knew each other enough to like talk out your arguments because you guys knew each other, that's healthy. Like, you guys still argued, but you
No, we
knew-
didn't. We didn't fucking
So
argue.
why didn't you just like stir
No,
it
but
up
you
a
s-
little bit?
Yeah, you said that
Nah,
you,
because that's
you were
crazy.
able to talk shit out like amicably.
Yeah, I mean, I think so that was the first time in my life I think me and her both ever had somebody who was receptive. We actually had a sit down at month 1, right, of being official. And I'm like, listen, if you have an issue with me, or issue with what I'm doing, this is the way I need you to speak to me, or this is the way I need you to handle it. Because if you do it in this way, right, and I used the example at that time, I'm not going to be receptive, and I'm going to respond with a different part of me, right?
Mhm.
And she implemented that immediately. And then when I spoke to her a certain type of way that she didn't like, she sat me down and she told me and she talked to me. It was never an argument. Like, I never had a yelling match with her. You know what I'm saying? I never had a fuck you. I never had a disrespecting match with her. You know what I'm saying? It was a sit down, have a conversation. This is how I work. This is how I work the best. This is what I need to thrive, and vice versa. So I never really argued with her outside of month 1. We had one argument, and that was it. We had disagreements.
So did you feel you guys weren't strong because of that?
Did you feel like she was a yes man?
No, she was not. She was not a yes man. But were we strong? I don't know, because we ain't together, right? So like,
I mean, because of you, because you don't like perfect.
it's not that I don't like perfect. It's just that like it just got boring. So then I went and started traveling.
Yeah, this was
That was his stir it up.
So like, huh?
This was your younger days.
I mean, 5 years ago,
You weren't mature enough.
it was mature. I mean,
don't
even
think
if I had the same relationship,
I don't
Why
even
would
think
your
now he would
traveling
prefer
matter?
it.
yeah, I wouldn't want it now. I mean,
He just doesn't want it.
I need controlled chaos, right? Like, I need, give a dog a bone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just feed me gourmet meals. Like, I need a treat too. Like,
If she was a yes man, I could understand this a little better, because if you don't argue with me about anything, if we have disagreements, and I'm not saying that it has to be an argument, like full blown, like crazy argument, but like, you tell me how you feel, I'll tell you how I feel. And like, we can have a little back and forth about our feelings. But if you're just like, all right, babe, you got it, then I feel like you're not really listening to me, and you don't really care about how I feel. You just don't want to argue. So you're just always
Dismissive.
you're going to be dismissive, and you're going to always make me feel like I'm right so that we can just move forward. That is a relationship that I wouldn't really feel that strong about. And yeah, it's going to get a little bored to me.
I want to make sure that that's not the case, that you don't think that that's how she was.
That's why I asked if she was a yes man.
Oh,
and I
nah.
said if she was, then I would understand you a little bit more.
And it was so shocking because it would be like, I would watch her like interact with other people. And it felt like I was getting like a whole nother version. I'd be like, damn.
I'm soft with you.
I was about to say,
You put her
because
in her
I
feminine.
am also like
Aww.
I am also like that with other people. Like,
Yo, what?
Like I'm
That's
I'm a
crazy.
little bit of a tough cookie, a little bit. Like I'm a little combative when it comes to other people. Other people know not to play with me. But when I'm in a relationship, I am super soft. Like super OD.
Like, okay, babe.
Okay, babe. All right.
You think
Like
that's? You
I
think
like
that's
I'm
fair?
so sorry. I really don't want to upset you. Like, how can we fix this?
See, I like that. I like
No.
apologetic people.
I think I'm a yes man in like every other I'm saying like every other aspect except for when we argue. Like if it's like 3 a.m. and you're like, pass me the remote on my nightstand all the way over there, like I'll get up out the bed and like, get your room, whatever. But if we're arguing, is like, I'm not.
No, you guys just roll.
My
you just
friends are
stonewall?
actually always so surprised to see how I act in a relationship because they feel like, bitch.
And I think it's usually like that, right? It's usually the opposite for each, right? I think that the people who are hard with everybody else are soft with their spouse, and the people who are soft with their spouse are hard on everybody else. You know, I think that's the balance of people. Like some people are like consistent throughout both, but I think you usually get to see the opposite.